What's up guys, my name is Chris, welcome to my channel. So recently my wife and I just got married and we moved into our very first home. It has always been a dream for me to have my own place and to design into how I like it. So in this video we'll do just that, sharing the process with you along with some tips and tricks that we have learned along the way that may help you in your own home makeover journey. There are going to be timestamps below, so feel free to skip to the parts you are more interested to see. So for reference, this was what the place looked like before. It was pretty much a bare space, so we were able to somewhat start with a blank canvas, which I actually prefer. We started the process by planning the layout, took some measurements around the house and came up with a few potential layout using floorboard and just experimented with different possibilities. This helped us to get a better sense of the kind of furniture we could consider in terms of the shape and size. As the name of the space says it, we wanted the living room to actually be a place that would bring life. A place that we could enjoy meals, read books, watch movies, and host people in. So we ended up going with the layout without a TV console, as this gave us the most flexibility and space to play around with. Plus, I find that having a TV often becomes a distraction that we mindlessly succumb to. James Clear says in his Atomic Habits book that the best way to change our habits is to change our environment. So I figured maybe not having a permanent TV setup in the living room would healthily force us to engage in more meaningful conversations and activities, be more intentional in talking to each other, read a book, or even just sit and enjoy the moment. As for the style of the space, we wanted to go for something that feels contemporary with kind of like a wabi-sabi vibe, but maybe a renter-friendly and budget version of it. So I spent hours searching for furnitures online and managed to find some interesting furnitures that didn't cost a bomb on Taobao. There were honestly so many options on the platform and I really had to control myself to be focused to just find what we really need. It did take me a while to learn how to use the platform, but thankfully I got help from my sister, who's actually a pro at this, so that helped me a lot. If you're interested to learn how, let me know down in the comment section below and perhaps we could have a video focusing on that. We wanted to avoid getting fully matching furniture as we thought it would be too predictable and it felt like it would get boring too quickly. Plus, that way it would actually be cheaper to replace a broken piece and we would have more options to choose from. Once we've decided on the layout and furnitures, we got our hands dirty by prepping the space for a fresh coat of paint. We had to patch up some holes, sand them, and then paint them. We went with a white paint as it was the most renter-friendly and cost-effective choice. Plus, it brightens up the space and make it feel bigger than it actually is. We did get some help from our friends to paint, so that made the process a whole lot easier and more fun. So shout out to Sean, Ben, and Emmy. As for the floors, it was actually already pretty decent, but I got obsessed with herringbone wood floors, and I discovered that it would actually cost me less than 600 ringgit to cover the entire living room space. So I caved in. I bought the floors and I started the installation. It seems simple to paste some stickers on the floor, but boy was it labor heavy. I kinda regretted it just 2 hours in, but I was already knee deep at that point, so I had to just commit and finish it. But it was also probably more tedious because I chose to go for the herringbone wood pattern instead of a straight line pattern. But safe to say it did turn out great in the end. Would I do it again though? Honestly, I really don't know, but I do have some thoughts on it after living with it for a few months now. So let me know down in the comment section below if that's something you are interested to watch. After weeks of eating on the floor, our furniture's arrived. The dining tabletop turned out thicker than expected, but it still looked great. Aesthetically, it has an interesting shape that adds visual interest to the space, and practically, it didn't take up too much space and we could easily pull it out and add chairs to fit up to 6 people when we have more guests over. As for the couches, we were actually pretty worried about how it would turn out, but it was everything that we wanted it to be. It was a proper vibe and we absolutely love it. The curves on it gives the contemporary vibe that we were looking for, and it's just a great statement piece to have in the space. Though now we probably just need to pray every day that it stays nice and white. We found this pre-loved coffee table that worked perfectly with the couch. It was a steel that costed less than 400 ringgit. It probably needs some polishing work for it to be nice and shiny again, but at this point I'm just too lazy to do it. I then put in some furniture that I already owned together with a new coffee table, and I paired it with this cool egg art rug that softens up the space and adds a visual anchor to the reading corner. Also on Taobao, we managed to get these semi-sheer custom-made curtains that was surprisingly inexpensive. These full-length curtains make the space feel so much taller and bigger compared to the previous curtains that came with the house. This curtain softens up the light from the window really nicely during the day, so we're really happy with it. The furniture did come together pretty nicely, but it still felt like something was missing. And this next part of the process is arguably the most important but also most neglected part of a space. Lighting. As the saying goes, lighting is everything. We bought a few lighting fixtures on Taobao and had someone install it for us. I found this really cool light and I knew I just had to get it. It creates really nice shadows during the day when turned off, and creates a really nice soft diffused light at night. The brightness and color temperature of the light can also be controlled for different moods. To create more visual anchors for the different purposes of the space, we did a swag hook of these hanging lights for the dining space and installed a swivel wall light for the reading corner with smart bulbs. We got this really cool lamp with a pop of amber on it and we put it beside the couch. To top it all off, I added these really cheap 10 ringgit lighting strips from Shopee that totally elevates the space onto a whole new level. I installed one behind the couch and another behind the mirror. This really enhances the lines and shapes of the furniture, adding even more depth onto the whole space. For final touches, I added some plants, some really cheap wall shelf I found on Shopee, and some decor to finish it all off. So a quick recap of how the space actually looked like before. It was bare, the curtains were way shorter, and the ceiling light was a mood killer. And now, this is what it looks like. There you have it. We cannot be happy with how it all turned out. It is everything that we have envisioned and even more. And most importantly, this living room actually makes us feel alive and live. We've discovered many tips and tricks along the way that has helped us in making our home, and we want to share all of them with you. So let me know if you've enjoyed this video and you want more content like this. Comment down below, give this video a like, subscribe, and yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.